In today's video, I am going to give you 2 basketball plays that you can run with very young players to be able to help them learn the game, teach them the game, but also allow them to have a lot of fun. One of the biggest struggles that coaches have with younger basketball players is the fact that when they're younger, they just kind of want to clump into a ball and say, pass the ball. They think that by getting close to their teammate who has the ball, that it's going to be easier for their teammate to be able to pass them the ball. So, for example, a player dribbles the ball, picks it up, and now he's stuck. A lot of younger players will think, oh, by me getting closer to him, it's going to allow me to get that ball and help him out. When in reality, when you get too close to your partner, your teammate who has the ball, you are now not just allowing his defender to be there, but now you are bringing your defender to defend him plus yourself, because now you're just a body in the way. So by spacing out, we get to allow our players to be able to then, of course, pass the ball. So the first play I'm going to show you is the 5-out. Now, of course, you can get the 5-out complete guide down in the description below. However, and that has more advanced plays than what I'm going to show you today. However, in the 5-out, and believe me, this is going to take young players. I'm talking like 7 or 8 year olds. This is going to take a very long time to teach, and you may be thinking to yourself, wow, it's taking so long to teach this 5-out offense. But in reality, you're not teaching an offense. While you're teaching an actual play, and it's a very simple play, what you're actually doing is you're teaching players how to space out and how to move off ball. Because a lot of players, they'll pass the ball and they'll just stand there and say, well, I just passed the ball. But now they're not doing anything. They're not getting themselves open to be able to score. So, a very basic offense, and I've broken this down 500 billion times on my channel, is a very simple pass and cut, and then this guy is going to fill up, player 4 is going to fill up, and because player 1 passed to his right, he is going to fill out to his left. So this is a very simple offense to teach. However, you are now teaching off-ball movement, as we see right here, and cutting to the basket, because when you are cutting to the basket, let's get some defenders out on the court. Now, of course, I've got these guys in help defense right now, but in reality, guess what? Kids at 7 years old are not going to be playing help defense. However, what we are teaching is that off-ball movement that I just mentioned, but we are also teaching how to cut to the basket. Being able to cut to the basket in front of your defender, not behind. A lot of players will make that pass, and then they'll just cut straight to the basket. But if they cut straight to the basket, guess who's in front of them? Guess who cannot pass you the ball? Your teammate. Which means that you need to cut in front of your guy and then to the basket. Because if you cut in front of your man, you are now open for the pass, which means that you may be open for the layup. A lot of coaches will think that the 5-out offense is worthless for younger players because younger players cannot shoot, but that is not the key. The key is to get that ball to these cutters so that you have the ability to score. And if they actually learn how to play help defense, you can pass the ball out. These guys would be moving up anyways, so these guys would have been up here. And if the pass did go out to this player, you would still clear out. And because now everyone is lost, you've got 2 players who are now following him at the younger level. I'm going to tell you right now, this guy is going to have an absolutely wide open lane to the basket. The other nice thing about running a 5-out offense is the ability to actually teach your team help defense and also teach your team how to play man-to-man defense. But that's a different video. That's not today's video. Another fantastic offense that I like to recommend for coaches and teams that are young, 7, 8, 9, 10 years old, or just beginners in general, is the 4-out offense where you've got a player in the high post. Now, this play specifically works amazing if you have a giant in the middle. So, for example, my U12 team, which is 11U in the States, we got to play up against a team that had a 6'2" kid. We don't have anyone at the time over the size of about 5'4". So that height advantage hurt. Sort of. We still won. But he was huge. If you have a tall player like that on your team, you can utilize him in a 4-out, 1-in offense, as we see right here, and you can keep it super simple. You can teach spacing. You can teach moving off ball like cutting. And if your league allows screens, you can also incorporate screens as well. There's options for that. But let's check out this very simple 4-out play. What you're going to do is have player 1, he can pass to player 3, he can pass to player 5, he can pass to player 4, but that might be risky, so probably don't teach that right away. Our number 1 option is to pass to player 5. We want that ball in the high post, especially if we are playing against teams that are, in my opinion, cheating at the 7-year-old age, running a 2-3 zone. But I'm going to tell you right now, if a team is running a zone for kids who are 7 or 8 or even 9 years old, I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be statues on the court, and you are going to be able to dribble around them like crazy. So probably teach man-to-man defense. That's my rant. But anyways, run your zone. That's fine. I'm just going to score on you all day. After player 1 passes to player 5, I run this play. You can run it differently. The most basic version is to have player 1 cut to the rim. Because what is going to happen is when we have defenders on the court and we pass to the high post, this defender, player 1, he is no longer going to be looking at his man. He is now going to turn around and look at player 5. That's just how it works. I literally run this same exact play with high school guys at the senior high school level, and this still happens. The defense turns and looks at the high post guy. They literally say, oh, you passed to the high post. I need to turn around and look at the ball. Well, as soon as that defender turns around, that offensive player needs to cut to the basket. And this is going to be, at least at the younger level, probably the first 5 to 8 times, it's going to be a wide open layup every single time. So pass, cut, pass back to the cutter, give and go action, very simple. If player 1 cuts and he's not open, let's say the coach yelled at the defense and the defender decided to follow his guy and not look at the ball. Player 3 will lift up, and because player 1 passed to his left side, he fills out to the right side. Very similar principles as the pass and cut 5-out offense. So you can actually run both of these plays with the same team very easily. Now, if player 5 passes the ball out to player 4, you have the decision as the coach. We can have player 3 fill the high post, he fills out, he fills up, or you can do what I do, which is just try to keep things as simple as possible, cut to the basket, cut back up to the high post, and make yourself visible once again for that pass. Again, after you make that pass, you cut, he lifts, you fill out if you don't get the ball. Very simple offense, very easy. Now, at the higher levels, so how my U12 team runs this same exact play is now we make that pass into the high post, he cuts, but also he cuts. Both sides cut, both sides lift. Now, player 5 has 4 options instead of 1. He has, of course, player 4, he has player 3, he also has player 2, and he will also have player 1. He cuts, if they're open, he can hit them up for a pass and score. If they're not open, player 1 lifts, player 2 lifts, player 3 fills out, player 4 fills out, and the best part is we can now make the pass to player 2. Let's just say, for argument's sake, if the pass goes out to the wings, the one major difference, we are allowed to set screens in North America for younger players. I know Europe is different, but player 5 will set that screen for player 2. Player 2 will use that screen, and just like all of my offenses that I run with my teams, every set play runs with a screen and roll at the end, which then resets to a 5-out. I hope that this video has helped you become a better basketball team and helps your team score easier in the next game. If it does, hit that like button, subscribe. Make sure to go check out my 5-out complete guide in the description below, and I will see you guys again in my next video.